What's up, everyone on the internet? My name's Dan, and this is my vlog. So, on this episode of my vlog, I'm going to talk about something that is of interest to me because I love science, and I know I normally like to talk about political stuff or social stuff like SJWs and how they're kind of nutbags and using words wrong. But I started to go with something that I was reading about recently, and I got some flack for it. I was reading about GMOs because I'm interested in genetics. Now, for those who don't understand, GMOs are genetically modified organisms, mainly done through genetic engineering. So it's basically putting in. There's kind of two types of genetic modification. You might think of it as selective breeding, which is one of the traditional forms of genetic modification. That's kind of a slow, and you don't always get the results you want. Whereas genetic engineering is a lot more precise. It's the difference between a thin paintbrush and a thick paintbrush. What genetic engineering is like really precise when you go get the spot right here, whereas the large paintbrush kind of you might get weird streaks on stuff. But GMOs have been under attack recently, or in recent years, because of misunderstanding of them. Now, many people are like, these things could be poisonous, or they're changing my DNA, which, no. Genetic engineering has actually been proven to be, genetic modification itself has been proved to be relatively safe, as long as someone doesn't decide to create a super virus that'll wipe out mankind or create zombies. But for the most part, it's used to prevent disease or pestilence in general. There was an article I read recently where they talked about some crops that are being introduced that are genetically modified and they're resistant. One of them is the Asian soybean, who suffers a thing called the rust, which is a fungal infection that basically parasitizes on them and destroys the crop, making the plant basically useless and costing people food and millions of dollars. So this is a good thing. And they've also done things like with the golden rice, which is enriched to have vitamin A, so you can do things like feed people who are in famines. If you've ever seen those videos where they show kids like eating the rice on those feed the children thing, they're probably eating golden rice so they can get all their nutrients, because it doesn't matter how much food you get, if you don't get the right nutrients, you're gonna get you're gonna die. You get things like scurvy or rickets or other fun diseases. So the problem is, again, I was saying, is that you have a lot of people who are going, GMOs are bad because I understand the science, because they think, oh crap, they're messing with a gene. Some of them are like these really new agey types, like, man, you're messing with nature, and you're not supposed to mess with Mother Nature. It's not up to your plan. Well, technically, domesticating wheat and cows and dogs wasn't really up to Mother Nature's plan. I think the big fear comes from something like the Roundup Ready plants, which are a group of plants created by Monsanto that are resistant to their Roundup herbicide. And the problem is that when you use genetic engineering, you use viruses to transmit the resistance, and it's possible that there was residual viral DNA and it crossed over to some of the plants, the weeds to be precise, and they are now reproducing with this resistance, and they're going to have to keep putting on more. And I can see the problem with them people worried about there being so much Roundup that it becomes toxic, and that it would be ridiculous to wash it all off, so because it basically would take forever. So I understand that. That's legitimate annoyance, and in that case, Monsanto should be doing other ways. But They're a chemical company and they want to make their money. And what are you gonna do? So I don't see, for the most part, any problem with genetic engineering. The only time I'd worry if you start doing stuff like creating man spiders or like trying to create superhero. For the most part, I think it's great. I think yet another fear of the people who are anti-GMO or transgenetics, which are used many times to create these viral or pest-resistant plants, because there's a gene in a related species that has resistance to this pestilence. My only big problem with GMOs is for legal reasons, the patents. A lot of companies like Monsanto will hold on to their patents and pressure the government to renew them because they're like, well, we need to be the only people, and it causes a monopoly, which means these things can't be researched, maybe even improved upon by other biotech companies. They're also worried about is the insertion of what they call terminator or suicide genes into plants, and basically making it so the plants that you get are owned by them, and you have to keep buying from them. Basically, creating a form of indentured servitude, which I was pretty sure went out with the 1800s. So or I guess you could call it sharecropping. It's sharecropping. So, yeah, that's what I got to say about genetic engineering, and I would support it, with the exception of that people don't be dicks like that. My name's Dan. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys later. Bye.